Setting up all the things. Setting up all the things. Yeah, there we are. There we are. Let's see. What else do we need? What else do we need? We need to let the ad run its course. That is not how you spell YouTube. 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 Okay. What else we got? What else we got? Minimize that while we go over here. Misconfigured VR chat settings. Well, isn't that a pickle? Okay, let's continue getting some stuff loaded and rocked and ready. I should probably load up the rest of my tracking. Yeah, at least I charged it this time. Click. Okay. Tracking. 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 Oh, whoops. Yeah, definitely tracking. Definitely tracking now. Hello. Hello. One moment. While we adjust ourselves. Doot, 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 doot. There we go. Well, that is interesting. That is super interesting. We are not supposed to have pre-roll ads. Very interesting. I'm totally not suspicious. Wait, why do we only have chest tracker? Oh, I know why. It helps if everybody is one big happy family on the same Wi-Fi. Yes. Ba-ding! Ta-da! Ta-da! Okay, now we can minimize that. We're still rolling the ad break anyway, so it's fine. Why are we sluggish? Oh no, it's going to be another one of these nights, isn't it? Boom. 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 Did I not turn the lights on bright enough? No, they are all the way bright. You. Maybe my Wi-Fi is just a little congested or something. Maybe. Okay. We are almost ready to go. Got our earpiece in. Oh, am I too far away? Maybe I'm just too far away. Snuggle my tracking just a little bit closer. No, that wouldn't make a difference. That wouldn't make a difference. There we go. Move you over just a little bit. You all snug? You all snug? Okay. Fuck. Did it work? It worked. My theory for, I just posted my going live on Discord. So my theory is that to get the little card, little Twitch card in Discord when you post your Twitch channel. When you're live, you have to wait for Twitch to communicate with Discord to let Discord know that you are indeed live. That's my guess. That's my guess. And I'm ready to... Yes, I'm ready to head on over to the voices of the void. Wait, do we have a stretch test? Stretch. Twist. Twist. Yeah, we're lagging just a little bit for some reason. Lagging just a little bit for some reason. But... Yeah, I don't know why. I do not know why. We shouldn't have any Wi-Fi congestion. Because the iPhone does talk over Wi-Fi. A little troubling. Just this window, and then we are ready. Should we teleport? Oh, I love this background. I love this background. I have to chat out here more often. Teleport. Ta-da! The green screen, the broadcast environment. Okay, let's ditch that sunlight. That could be why. Would that be why we're lagging? Shouldn't be, but who knows? Should not be why we're lagging. Okay, let's turn out the lights. Get a little in the mood. Okay, adjust this light over here. How bright are we? A little bit more, come on. So if I had been playing with playing voices on Wednesday night was gonna be Unity Dev. Lots of it. Lots of Unity Dev, including adding scenes. So instead of me having to manually adjust the lights and all, I just switched to the Voices of the Void scene. So it load up, some ambient lighting on the bottom, and we might actually move to a VPO style environment. No, give me my cursor. Give me. Might actually move to a VPO style, VIPO, virtual interactive puppet overlay. So we would be streaming the game. Well, I should say capturing the game and feeding that into the Rustyverse project. It would be displayed within the Unity environment. And then we could interact more with the flat plane that would in fact be Voice of the Void. Do I gotta write this idea down? Let me mull this over for a little bit here. What day are we on? Oh, we've passed the 40-day mark. That was my goal. My goal was to get to 40 days. My next goal is to get the Kerfer Omega. Part of this big goal was to get Kerfer Omega. And then start the new version of the game, 0.9. 0.9 when it's ready to go, when it's a little bit less buggy. There's been quite a few bug instances. But this idea, I gotta write this down before it goes. Honk. I am excited I am excited to discover all the new things. Oh, there we go. I did lose it for a second. I did lose it. Hold on. Let's pause this. I did lose. I lost it for a second. I mean, this game, right? Aquafresh toothpaste. I just noticed that. Aquafresh toothpaste over there. Thank you for supporting this lovely game. Okay, let's see. In Vivo, virtual interactive puppet overlay, which we're not quite right now. Right now, we are more of a green screen streamer. You know, we are a traditional VTuber or streamer with a green screen behind them being overlaid over the game. But when we bring the game into the environment, can we, in Vivo, can we glean 3D info from the game or whatever we're doing? So, video would work fine. If we were watching 3D video, we could 3D it. That's a really good idea. Assuming I can find royalty-free 3D video. That might be the tricky part. Can we glean 3D info? So the game/media won't be flat. Now, if I can read that handwriting, that'd be a good thing, I suppose. Being able to read my notes. Yeah, that's a valuable life skill, right? Just rearrange some stuff here on the desk. No, I will not rate your software right now. I already rated you as awesome. Okay, you're set. We are, in fact, in the correct scene. We are in game. Should add something here. Because frequently when I'm showing off the Rustyverse to people, I accidentally... Oops. That was an eBay notification, if you caught that one. Yeah, I accidentally go in between my dev environment, or dev scene in OBS, and the game scene, which we have right here. The dev scene does not have Voices of the Void pumping audio in, but it looks very similar out of the corner of my eye. You know what we're missing? We're missing our headset. We're missing our headset. I was going to do horns. We should almost do horns just for Voices of the Void. Maybe we'll do that halfway through. As a treat. No drop frames, so that's always a good thing. Oh boy, I should have reviewed the VOD. I should have reviewed the VOD. What do we got going on? Oh, so yes, the little gray aliens, they're not little green aliens. Little gray aliens did indeed fly. Oh, hi there. Oh, smeared right through it. Oof. Yeah, well anyways, they did leave us a present, dropping bodies, apparently. Dropping bodies from the sky. So that's exciting. Ooh, you are finished. Are you finished? You're finished. Your email. Wait, how do we get an email when the computer's off? Interesting. Oop. Got your package, but the hash codes. Yeah, I know. We have listened to this recording. In the early hours, we have a nice ambient soundtrack here behind us for this. We have listened to this recording in the early hours of the morning, and I swore I heard something dreadful behind the noise, something otherworldly. That said, I haven't been sleeping very well, working extremely odd hours just to finish all my tasks. That leaves one of us. Sucker. So perhaps there's a more mundane explanation of this. I am stumbling over my words tonight, aren't I? We'll get into it. We'll fix it. We'll get used to talking again. Yeah. Okay, so disturbing stuff. We got a lot of money. Again, I have my microphone blocking the top corner of the screen, way up there, so I can't see how much money. You know. This we remained behind the blast shield while the aliens were dropping corpses, so we're all good. And a perfectly normal sun in the sky. Okay. We're on our way. Just remember all the controls, and I don't know. Might help if I load up all the equipment so we're ready to go. Oh my gosh, so one thing I'm absolutely not looking forward to. Yeah, there's something in this one too. Something I'm absolutely not looking forward to. All the extra stuff to do. Oh my goodness. Like this. The triangulating. Though the triangulating looks like the least of our problems in the new one. That actually looks kind of interesting. You have to get the 3 satellites and then, after upgrades, make sure you're within a little triangle for triangulating the satellites. So there's that. That doesn't look too terrible. But some of these other ones, some of these other things look like entirely too much work. Oh my goodness, we are low on sleep. We are super low on sleep. I don't want to get sleep demoned already. My goodness. Oop, I shouldn't have done it that way, but what time of day is this? Should we just slam some coffee? Should we just slam some coffee? Maybe. I mean, it is the bread of life, right? What do we got here? Cup? Coffee. Coffee? Coffee. 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 We should probably order more coffee, too. Welcome in, Benny. Welcome in. We have found, disturbing, but maybe nothing. Little do they know. It is just disturbing and, in fact, disturbing. So, yes. Whoa. Oh, we got another planet. We caught another one. Our first catch of the day, as they say. I'm not sure who says that, but they say it. I'm sure. So we're gonna catch some stuff. We are fully caffeinated, at least in game. Nope. Man, this one's close enough. Yes, the Rebel base. It is on Alderaan, Hoth. Definitely not Dantooine, though. Definitely not Dantooine. I forget, in Rogue One or Andor, one of those, were they on Dantooine? Alder Hatooine. Yes, definitely Alder Hatooine. Well, Fred's out there waiting for us. We should go say hi. Hey, Fred. Ooh, and I think my stomach also said hi. Or that was one of our alien friends. There we go. One of our alien friends deciding to purr right next to me. And then go inside and steal all my shrimps again. Yeah, definitely could have been that. But yes, how are we doing tonight? We're gonna do a little farming. A little base cleanup, maybe. Ooh, it looks like I think I need to plant more trees. I bet they would definitely appreciate me sending them back some fruits and veggies. I think they would definitely appreciate that. Not bad, not bad. There's a Friday night in this part of the world. Is it? Yeah, it is. It is Friday night in this part. All three of you are here, right? Four? Four? Well, welcome in. We have a new member to the party. We have a new member to the party. I do have to figure out the notes system so I can give them little name tags. Just find some paper scraps and just like. Well, funny enough, I can't use this paper. I can use most other paper, but I can't use that paper. They're falling all over themselves to get closer to me. Isn't that sweet? Isn't that sweet? So sweet. But oh, what a week. Also, where's my robot? Where did my robot go? Oh. Pet. I have a timer. Where did my robot go? That is slightly worrying. We're gonna go check their camera. And see if they fell through the earth. Oh, or is that right behind? No? Kerfer. You are... They snuck back outside while we were catching oranges. Okay, I'm less worried now. But I do have to check. eBay. One moment. How much is that going for? That's not too bad. I'll probably end up with that one. Save with combined shipping. I hope so. Oh, geez, that one way too high. Okay, that one's in 4 minutes, but that's way too high. Trying to get some more materials. Materials for the workshop. But yeesh, yeah, that's way too much dollars. This one though, I gotta keep my eye on it. 8 minutes. Chat, set timer for 8 minutes. All right, where were we? You're going okay. You are finished. What else were we gonna do? Did we ever do our tasks today? I don't think we did our tasks. Slap this over here. Listen. Someone walking down the hallway here? Ooh. Spectrogram. Did I toggle it on or off? I think I toggled it on. Okay, so someone's walking around on a white dwarf. Walking on the sun, as they say. Because you might as well be walking on the sun. You might as well be walking on the... Is that Smash Mouth? Pretty sure that's Smash Mouth. Ooh, where's he going now? Is he coming back to base? Nope, we're at another satellite. Sometimes I want to just watch the... Well, not the battery. Just want to watch the Kerfer to see if they stumble upon anything odd. You know. Did we complete our task for today? That was at today? Day 40. Nope. I believe that was yesterday. Yes, we're in Saturday. Except No, I think we're ahead by a day because we would have gotten another daily task, right? Oh, we're ahead by a day. Well, go us. We might go to sleep early. Are they running out of money? No, we are rocking 486. That's a lovely number, lovely computer. Usually rock like 4 megabytes of RAM with that. 16 megabytes maybe? Megabytes. It's so weird to think about RAM in, or anything in megabytes. I mean, heck, even my even app downloads or app updates on the phone are hundreds of megabytes. The turbo button, yes. We had a 280, a couple 286s with the turbo buttons to boost it from 12 megahertz to 16 megahertz. Yeah. Though I forget what that actually did. Did it like kick in a coprocessor or I forget. I watched a video last year or two that said what that was actually doing. And it's not what you think, you know. Man. I wonder if I still have the chassis at home for I'm pretty sure we recycled at least one of the 286s. I'm wondering. I might have kept the chassis for the heavier one. Was it beefier? No. But it was heavier. That one we had an orange and black monochrome monitor, which I know is long gone. Oh yeah. The old 286 running DOS. Like DOS. And I think some kind of Novell DOS shell kind of thing. Netware, that's what it was. Now our other 286, which was newer at way back in the early 90s, that one had a color monitor, and we had to do fun surgery on it later on in its life to get it to stay working. But it was fun playing color DOS games. Oops, not that one. This one. Yeah, you don't sound interesting. Yeah, it's fun playing DOS games in color. MS-DOS shell. Well, you done? No, you're not done. Okay, we are gonna go catch some sleeps. Oh, hold on. Hold on, I have to mute for a second here. I'm back. My toddler is very sad. My toddler is very sad, so I had to call in for backup. Okay. Poor little guy. Does not want to sleep at the moment. Yeah, he's way past toddler bedtime. Way past toddler bedtime. But it's okay. Grandma's gonna rescue him. Let's see. Let's save. We're going to save these for tomorrow so we can go run around and get some signals. And we, much like my toddler, are going to try and get some much needed sleep. I should invest in the sleep bag. Sleep bag? Sleep. No, sleep sack's a toddler thing. Sleeping bag, yes. Wow. Words. Words. Somebody is trying to break in. Somebody's trying to break in. Should I let them in? Ooh. Should I run into stuff? Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if I let them in. So I'm 90%... 90% sure that somebody's gonna visit me. No. Oh, that is interesting. Will I wake up to mannequins? Or aliens? This is very interesting that it's still banging around even though I left the door open. No, if they know, they know. Ooh, and it's raining. Oh, geez. There's a... You can't see it, but there's a mannequin right looking at my clock like this. That's outside. Maybe I should just leave this door open. Oops. Enter. Hello? We enjoying the lovely night? How you guys doing? How you doing? We have little fireflies. Look, yeah. And definitely nothing weird. But favorite DOS games. Let's go back to the favorite DOS games. I mean, Doom shareware. Yeah, Doom shareware. Oh, geez. You can eat flesh gibbs. Oh, that is interesting. Interesting. I would have to say yes. Doom shareware. Yeah, classic flesh gibbs, as one does. Maybe classic Rusty, always eating them flesh gibbs. What do we got for food? Oh, we got tons of food. All right. I'm going to leave that unlocked for now. We'll see what happens. I'm late enough in the game that it's going to be bold and daring. Classic flesh gibbs. But yes, let's see. I played a lot of games in DOS even after Windows came out because we had, well, for our computers that could do DOS. For our computers that could do DOS, let's see. We went straight from Commodore 64 for many, many years to DOS and then to Windows 3.1. And then to upgraded 3.1 or 3.11 for workgroups, excuse me. And then from there to Windows 95. Ta-da! $5? Yeah, $5. So I played a lot of games on DOS long after, not long after, but well into the Windows 95 days. So some of those games would have been like Command & Conquer series. Ooh, good times. What, did I have some up there? TIE Fighter. Heck yes, TIE Fighter. I don't remember if I had MechWarrior 2 for DOS or 95. You know, it's like my games, my big box games are up on the bookshelf, like just out of eyesight, so I can't see the little, if they're DOS or Windows on the bottom of the things. And there was a lot of crossover at that time. Like half the time, if you were in Windows 95, half the time the games in that transition period would be, they'd just be in a DOS wrapper anyways. Or I'm sorry, MS-DOS. Ooh, wasn't the best, but you still gave me 225 bucks. We need only 2 signals. Okay, and then Hotel Sierra Yankee. Hold on. I'm back. I should have paused, but yes. Welcome back. Me. I should move the muted in front of the avatar, maybe. Now, where was I? Oh, update. The toddler is now sleeping. Nothing like getting the IRL jump scare. Where were we? MechWarrior 2 that came with Microsoft, I think it was 95. I think MechWarrior 2 was in, yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Windows 95. But yeah, there was that transition period. Like I remember playing Red Alert in DOS. So Command & Conquer 1 and then Red Alert both in DOS. Diablo, I don't remember if that was DOS or... No, he's still thumping away. Diablo, I don't remember if that was DOS or not. But yeah, no, that was fun. What was not fun, and I do not miss it all, was configuring Sound Blaster. That was, nah. That was a big no thank you. Trying to configure Sound Blaster. I missed my auction due to interruptions. Dang it. I got interrupted right as I was checking the auction. And I missed it. That was a good price too. Oh well. Oh well. Anywho, welcome back, me. Where am I? There we go. Now that's updating. Okay. It's been one of those weeks. It really has. And Toddler is definitely not asleep. No, it wasn't you. It was a combination of other people in my current living quarters here. Interrupted right as I was checking the auction listing and I missed it. And it was a good price. That's okay. It wasn't anything I needed. It was just something I wanted. No, it was for some raw materials, and they are hideously expensive right now. Probably due to, import costs and all that fun stuff. Did I just overwrite this? I think I overwrote a download, didn't I? Maybe I didn't. Oh well. Like I said, it's been one of those weeks. Welcome in, Shadow. It has been one of those weeks. No, I was trying to get some metalworking materials, so not tools. And it just means there'll be there'll be other opportunities to get more stock. I won one auction. I was just hoping to win more to save on shipping. Because, you know, shipping's expensive, especially when shipping sheets of metal. Small sheets, but still, sheets of metal. I want to spend more time in the workshop, and I need some more raw material for some of my projects. Because I don't want to make everything out of 3D printed stuff. I want to use metal. Use my metalworking toys. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? Okay, this one's good. Let's get back in the rhythm. And as soon as it's a little brighter outside, in a few hours, we will... Ooh, pretty. We will get some signals. This one's pretty. I like this one. Yeah, I thought there was something on this one. Okay. A Wisco fact, you say? To shreds, you say? What did I have? Oh, a Wisco fact. I'll do a minor one. You'll get another full-size Wisco fact, but a minor one is that Quick Trip Dunkin', their donut dunkers, which are delicious. The Quick Trip donut dunkers are 52% of your daily sugar intake for one, and they are delicious. Welcome in, Nix. Welcome in. And thank you for subscribing. Ooh, was that subscription that you had gotten in advance? I'm a very generous donor. Okay, and Shadow beat you to a Wisco fact. Yes, we do love our quick trips here in the Midwest. And I was just at one today to pick up some minor groceries because they're basically a convenience store. Okay, let's see. Did I do this one already? Famous architectural attractions in Wisconsin. I think we might have did this one already. But the artist Frank Lloyd Wright. Was he from Wisconsin or did he just do a lot in Wisconsin? It doesn't say in this little snippet in the book. But ranked second for popular attractions is Taliesin East in Spring Green. That's in the bottom left, so the lower part of the hand, in the Driftless region, or I believe just out of the Driftless. Beautiful area of the state. But yes, it was one of his. Taliesin East is it made a whole. It's really, I'm looking at this here as just like one paragraph, so I get it. But it was a big architectural project, and I forget what the school he set up was. It was like an architectural school or community, both. I haven't actually taken a tour of Taliesin because it's like $60 a person. And last time I was going to go through, just like, ooh, ouch, $60 a person. Let's go visit something else in the area. Nearby is the House on the Rock, which is a very interesting museum and architectural project. Yes. House on the Rock is pretty wild. Huge collections of things. And also it's a really neat architectural wonder in itself. They're started off with a house on a rock, built in Frank Lloyd Wright's style. So that same modern-ish style. But yeah, it was very, very interesting. Oh yeah, tours differ throughout the year, with a winter tour, a regular season tour, and the Halloween tours. Yeah, so right now they're probably gearing up for the Halloween tours, or not the Halloween, the Christmas tours. They set out little Christmas villages throughout the whole place. It's pretty neat. But yeah, welcome in. And Wisco fact, kind of. I swear we did that one before, or did something like that before, talking about Frank Lloyd Wright. I just can't remember if he's from Wisconsin or if he just did a lot of work from. I think he's from Wisconsin. Bonus fact: there's a, since we're on the topic of old stuff, you know, Frank Lloyd Wright being not around for a while. I'm not sure exactly when he passed away, but it's been a bit. We also have a Norman Rockwell Museum in Spring Green, so the same city. I might have to go talk to my toddler. So we might take a break in just a minute here. Assuming I don't encounter any hazards that prevent me from breaking. Yeah, we're gonna do a BRB. Save, just in case. And we're gonna switch over to BRB stream, and we'll see you in a little bit. Did I just run an ad? Can we run another ad? I don't know if we can run ads. It might have been too close. BRB. BRB. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Wow. I'd probably mute my mic too. We're doing fine. There's nothing to see here. This is great. This is one of the reasons I use my nice camera, because hell yeah, you can still see him just fine. Rusty Robot would be way too powerful. I don't know what that was. Why are we zooming in so close? He says as he zooms in super close to the camera. Hi. Hi guys. It's okay. You'll be okay. Don't worry. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Wow. We're doing fine. There's nothing to see here. This is great. This is one of the reasons I use my nice camera, because hell yeah, you can still see him just fine. Rusty Robot would be way too powerful. I don't know what that was. Why are we zooming in so close? He says as he zooms in super close to the camera. Hi. Hi guys. It's okay. You'll be okay. Don't worry. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Wow. We're doing fine. There's nothing to see here. This is great. This is one of the reasons I use my nice camera, because hell yeah, you can still see him just fine. Rusty Robot would be way too powerful. I don't know what that was. Why are we zooming in so close? He says as he zooms in super close to the camera. Hi. Hi guys. It's okay. You'll be okay. Don't worry. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Wow. We're doing fine. There's nothing to see here. This is great. This is one of the reasons I use my nice camera, because hell yeah, you can still see him just fine. Rusty Robot would be way too powerful. I don't know what that was. Why are we zooming in so close? He says as he zooms in super close to the camera. Hi. Hi guys. It's okay. You'll be okay. Don't worry. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Wow. We're doing fine. There's nothing to see here. This is great. This is one of the reasons I use my nice camera, because hell yeah, you can still see him just fine. Rusty Robot would be way too powerful. I don't know what that was. Why are we zooming in so close? He says as he zooms in super close to the camera. Hi. Hi guys. It's okay. You'll be okay. Don't worry. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Wow. We're doing fine. There's nothing to see here. This is great. This is one of the reasons I use my nice camera, because hell yeah, you can still see him just fine. Rusty Robot would be way too powerful. Okay, we are back, sort of. Let's go back to the game scene. Hello.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Toddlers. It's all better now. Well, theoretically. Theoretically, all better now. Okay. You know, Nix, now that I'm not as distracted, well, I am not as calibrated at the moment. I noticed your message there. Hey. But Nix, you're stuck between two vending machines. Hello. Well, geez, we need to recalibrate. We definitely need to recalibrate. Welcome in. Balls? Balls, you say? Interesting. We need to recalibrate here. I am just back from a BRB, so you caught me at a good time. Let's see. Doom, 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 doom. Aha. Are we recalibrated? I can't see. We are recalibrated. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. You know what? I am terrible at doing shoutouts. Bam. Did that do it? You were playing Ball Pit, hence the balls. Betty, how are your balls? Beep boop. Yes. Oh, did you notice? Look over by your name. Look over by your name. There's a little there's a new icon for subscribers. Yes. They're fast and furious. Okay. Oh, and it is a Friday night after a very long week, and I just had to put my toddler to bed again. It's the BRB, so I grabbed something on the way back. Yep, that is definitely that. Okay. We're now at 18 plus stream. Okay, hold on, hold on. Okay, but yes, welcome in Raiders and Teddy. Always good to see. Always good to see. Hey, oh, that game you were playing, ooh, was that yesterday with the mascots and the RPG? Would you recommend? It looked pretty interesting. Somewhere between like hateful boyfriend and Animal Crossing. Yes, 1000%. I might have to pick that one up then. I'll add it to my Steam list. Yeah, there's some quirky games out there, and that definitely looked kind of right up my alley. Okay, let's see. Send that message. But yeah, oh gosh, it's been a week. For anybody who got all the good things like crime drama management sim, card battler, and ooh, ooh, that sounds nice. That sounds nice. So, since I am kind of tabbed out of my game right now, anyways, where's Rustyverse? Where's Rustyverse? For those who don't know, hit the right buttons here. We are streaming, or at least our avatar is streaming from within our own environment. We have the technology. We have a little broadcast studio here set up. Ta-da! We are capturing using VTuber gimmicks and tracking and fun stuff like that, like face tracking, hand tracking. We've even got a little bit of not VR tracking, body tracking. Yes, which leads to interesting things when it fails or I'm taking it off. And we are within our own little environment that we made in Unity over the course of the last almost 2 years. Almost 2 years now. We have the old office, complete with he who watches over us. There was originally a space station here in this area. It is now the factory, which we can walk around in. See, we have a whole factory set up here. Well, I mean, it was once a factory. It's seen better days. It's seen better days. If we show you my cursor, which is stuck on the screen right now, we can go up here to the office, the new and improved office, or at least, why was that on the ground? And chairs, classic chairs, always just falling around. The collapsed shelving doesn't seem ultra approved. Are you sure? I mean, I don't know. Everything looks perfectly legit here. I mean, it's got stuff. We got guardrails. Look, I can't even jump over them. I can't even jump over them. But no, we will be fleshing this out as we go along. We'll be fleshing this out and learning the reason why we have collapsed shelves, barricaded scenes. What was really worked on in the robot factory? Oh no, I took out one of my teleport spots to the building behind me, but behind me there's a building that has the inside of the robot's head, so that when I'm doing all the fun tracking stuff, you would see what is going on inside the physical robot's head. I don't know if you've seen that one yet, Teddy. Well, the robot obviously, but not the simulation room where they were building Rusty, giant sized. So that's exciting. It's mostly hooked up. Mostly hooked up. Where's our teleport? No, where's our... There we go. Now we're on the screen again. Oh, you haven't seen it yet? You know, just for you, because you rated. Let's see. I've got to go. I did remove some of the ways to get to places. Dumpster fire. Aha. We did leave the door open. With a little bit of A little bit of void. A little bit of void. Welcome to the inside of Rusty's head. As I switch to the correct model, this is the robot. This is our Arduino Mega. I still have to run the cabling. I started running cabling to some of the servos. But here's some giant gears. Big old servo. The lens that we see out of. Over here would be the screen, the back of the screen. But yes, I do plan on hooking this up so that it's basically the same as when the robot's moving. So when I tilt, the gear, this servo right here, when I tilt my head side to side, this servo would be running and turning this gear right behind me to do the same thing. I don't know if I'll do all like blinky lights and stuff like over on the Arduino and whatnot, but definitely the lens would be moving. This bank vault door looking thing right here. This would be moving around, pivoting as it does. But I definitely need to run more wiring. A cabling experiment that is currently missing a shader. Yeah, and the gear train setup for the neck. The old neck, mind you. We're still using the big chunky gears. So I will have to update this, I suppose. But yes, I had a teleport spot here, but I must have stolen it for somebody else. But yes, this is inside of Rusty's head. Taken right from the CAD model, and also a bunch of extra modeling done. But yes, like the gears are exported from CAD that I had 3D printed. So they're the same exact model to scale. So that's a little fun, exciting. Behind the scene, that's part of the actual theme. Yeah, it sounds about right. But yeah, I need to add that teleport spot back in. All right. Let's get the camera nice and close so I can check my ominous lighting from below, because we have a light attached to the camera. So when we're in Rustyverse, wherever this camera that I'm rotating around is, there's a light attached to it, like a spotlight. Camera light, a flash. But the guy in the lower left, who's being exported from, I gotta get rid of this wall. That's a really annoying wall. Well, anyways, can you see over here? Yes. The little guy with 4 eyes. He's our cameraman. So that's essentially where the camera is that's outputting from Rustyverse to OBS with a nice, clean, crisp, green screen-like effect. Only no green screen, so there's no jagged lines or anything like that. And this is kind of a good angle. Yeah, we'll leave the light up here. And then I lock them in place. Okay. Minimize that. Switch over to the correct scene so we can all hear the lovely voices in the void. Yeah. No, the robot is still an in-progress creature. Though I'm wondering how much more time I want to stick into the current IRL robot himself, and how much I want to move on to version 2. Version 2 is exciting. It's going to be exciting. Smaller, but better controls. Can I clean this up? We can clean up the dirt. Awesome. Get this a little bit more wet. There. I mean, this is how you use a mop or a sponge, right? You just dunk your whole self underwater, right? Mm-hmm. Yes. I guess my stomach didn't like that. We should go clean up some other rooms too. Since we're not venturing outside in the dark. break room, I think, is hideous. Oh, yes. There we go. I mean, look at this plate. Someone was very rude. Yeah, this might have been one of the times we got, like, EMP'd. And they knocked over our vending machine. How are we supposed to vend? How are we supposed to vend without a vending machine? Proper. Also, our stomach is growling. I think we need... Oh, no, no, jeez. That potato wedge was way too hot. Fun fact, we just found out, when things go into your inventory, they go into your inventory at the exact state that they were... Wait, no. When they come out of the inventory, they come out in the exact state that they went in. In this case, hot potato. We will... I mean, it's got to be cooling off right now, right? Because it's literally on top of a big wet sponge ball. Oh no. Is our vending machine stuck like this? I don't think we can... Our vending machine is stuck until we get the gravity gun, because I'm pretty sure there's a gravity gun. But this is very sad. That's very sad we cannot get our snackies. Tired? Drink coffee. Well, I would purchase coffee. Maybe. Oh, it looks like I could still order something. I won't be able to get to it. But yes, the robot. The robot. I am eager to get the robot back on stream because I miss him. But at the same time, just had not had time lately. It has been... Oof. It has been a big oof lately. Oh, I guess we can't fix the speckled wallpaper. How about all the oil? Maybe? Ooh, beautiful, beautiful. Wait, seriously? Grr! And a pot leaf. But grr! We love Grr. We miss Grr. Okay, and maybe some of this. Maybe. Ooh, I think we're out of water. I think we're out of water. Dunking ourselves did not fix the problem. We can do something else that's fun. Nope. This one? This one? Nope. This one. Wait, how do we eat something? Aw. Oh, I think you have to have it like this. Oh. Let's try it again. Splash. Yes. Robots. Robots in the future. And by future, I mean the near future. Because I miss Rusty. And unbeknownst to you guys, I've been staring at his headless body. I almost said a headless corpse, but his headless body over here for 3 months now. Yeah, I think it's been about that long. And then when I go out to the workshop, his head's over there too. You know, so I've got the body here in my office, and over in the workshop. Wrong way. I'm facing the wrong direction. Over in the workshop is his body, or his head, just sitting there on my workbench. Okay, this one's not interesting yet. This one's not interesting. Go grab a tape. Import. Do a thing. Slam it. Damn it. Go. Oh, we forgot to put something in there. Ah, well, okay. Hotel Sierra Yankee Plus. He's been beheaded, yes. Plus, we do want to go see about getting that key card. I'm going to try hookshotting that key card out of the bunker. That place right there. I'm going to try again. We're going to try again. Okay, what do we got going on here? And fun fact from what I know about this game is now that the little gray aliens have done their flybys and their flashy classic UFOs, we could be facing an invasion any day now. But yes, Rusty, the IRL robot, which I'm sure I've shown. The beauty of OBS, we don't have to tab out of the game. This guy, yeah, so this is the corner right off my desk here, the corner of my office. And yeah, he's still wearing that sweatshirt. He's just not wearing this part, you know, the brains. Hey, that didn't affect my game at all. Nice, nice. Mouse. There's a mouse. Okay. So, what have we got? What do we got going on here? We need to lighten our load. We need the hook. But yeah. Yep, Rusty the robot. I'm Rusty Robot. But Rusty the robot is, yep, his head has been sitting in my workshop. I probably need to take a can of air duster and get all the sawdust out now. Because I've been doing some of that stuff very recently here. Plastic trash, potato, coal piece. That was very heavy coal piece. Orange and potato. Ooh, we should go bring these upstairs too. And then we will head out on our grand adventure. Our grand adventure. I should really get rid of this box. I keep thinking it's somebody staring in the window. Okay, are you ready for everyone's favorite bachelor activity? There's my knife. Everyone's favorite bachelor activity. Oranges. We put the oranges on the floor. We grab the knife. We put that back by the sink somewhere, and we collect our delicious floranges. Delicious floranges. Delicious floranges. And after all that hard work, we have ourselves a good week. Now, let's go collect some signals, because it's daytime and less terrifying than usual. Is it daytime? Yes, it is looking like a nice healthy daytime. No signal. Okay, let's do that and then go do our stuff. But yes, floranges. Flortatos doesn't really have the same ring to it. Yeah, it doesn't quite do it for me. Flortatos. Oh, it must have lost that signal. Oh, so I'm both excited and dreading the oh, it's all the way at the edge. The 0.9 version of Voices of the Void. Dreading it because they added more minigame bullshit. Excited because they added more things. Not disappointed. Dreading it because they added more things. Yes. From a couple of the streams I've popped in on different people playing, it's both positives and, you know, upsides, downsides. So maybe there'll be some more balancing going on too with this big, huge update that changed a lot of things, including the graphics. It looks a bit nicer now. I don't know how I feel about that. Mostly because I haven't experienced it, so I don't know how to feel about that. I do love this you know, Half-Life era effects. I think they left the sounds alone. I mean, that'd be a dirty crime if they messed with the source engine style sound effects. But yeah, it looks slightly better. Okay, we'll wait for that to download. This doing its thing. This is done doing its thing. Slam, bam, boom. You. Process. Slam, bam. Tasks. Store. Database. No. Upgrades. There we go. Upgrades. Download speed is fine. Server stability would be nice. Ping speed would be even nicer. Sensor speed. Let's boost up some of these really low numbers. Breaker components time. Yes, please. Radar speed. Radar history. Detector quality. Sure. There. That's enough spending. That's enough spending. Okay. So one of the problems that I personally have with adding more mini game stuff, you know, the busy work. Like this is a mini game right here. We have to play with these and match up the frequency stuff. They added more of those to like everything. So I have very mixed feelings on that. I need to set my destination. Ooh, we almost got clocked by that door. Okay. Let's get our report for the day. Hotel Sierra Yankee. Where should we go first? Yankee sounds like it's far away. Yankee. Hotel is right over here. And Sierra's way the hell up there. We should probably go to Sierra first. I feel like we were just there, though. I feel like we were just there. SV. Target. Oh, we got a Wisco fact. Sierra. Not to be confused with Sierra Online, makers of fine old video games. What was I just playing? I was just playing something that was a Sierra Online game. What the hell was it? What was it? Sierra Online, not from Wisconsin. I believe they are British. I could be wrong, though. I could be very wrong on that. Let us save. Annoyingly, it jumps right back to the game after you save. Wisco fact. Since I think I ran out of ones off the top of my head. Yes, Nix. The top of my head. Here we go. Here we go. No, we did that one. We did so many of these. Four-wheel drive was invented in Clintonville, Wisconsin. Yes. I'm not sure exactly what part of four-wheel drive. We might have had this one already. I don't have a check mark by it, though. But for a small town, they have a few museums there. It's really interesting that such a small town was probably bigger 100 plus years ago. Back in the olden days. Oh, I can wrap this up into another Wisco fact to make it a very complete redeem. So four-wheel drive invented in Clintonville, Wisconsin. The snowmobile also invented in Wisconsin, though not the same place. But yes, my scattered brain connected it to Wisconsin. Also, at one point, had a number of automobile manufacturers way back in the day, including Packard and what was the other one? Studebaker? Is Studebaker from Wisconsin? I have to look that one up. Studebaker. Nope, they were based in South Bend, Indiana. I was wrong on that one. But yes, Packard Cars was based out of, I believe, Milwaukee or Racine. And of course, for other automobile-related things, we have Harley Davidson from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. There we go. You get a bundled Wisco fact, because I think it's not fair to have just one tiny little tidbit. And also, I'm feeling a little chatty. I'm glad you found my rambling interesting. This has been a long ass week. Oh my gosh. Long week, both at day job, sleep deprivation from my toddler, who likes to wake up between 1 and sometimes between 1 and 4 in the morning. A lot. And it finally got to be a little too much for my poor little sleep-addled brain. And yeah, so we moved Wednesday's Voices of the Void stream to tonight. You didn't know Wisconsin was a thing. Where are you from? Or at least US or not US? Because even in the US, people consider Wisconsin and, you know, kind of the Midwest, the middle of the US in general, kind of a very skippable cutscene, you know? The flyover states, as we're called. Even though a lot used to be, we were a lot more important in the past, I think. As in, like, but there's still a lot going on. There's still a lot going on here. We're also known as the Dairy State. You're kidding, but you're from the Pac West. Okay, Pac Northwest. Yeah. No, Wisconsin is easily overlooked. Let's put it that way. But for fun Wisconsin type references, we do have the Packers, you know, America's football team. We have that 70s show based out of Wisconsin. So, you know, we do have a couple things that if you need your Wisconsin fix, you can get them in media. Where were we going? We're going to follow our heart and also our compass. This way. I like running. I don't know. I don't really care for driving the ATV all over the place. It's like you just zoom by too fast. Although you do get where you're going. So I suppose vehicles, bringing it back to vehicles, I suppose vehicles do have their benefits. Oh, and it looks like we definitely need to take care of that transformer that's out there. Because look at those power lines go. Man. Didn't know Wisconsin was a thing. I mean, you guys have a lot of beautiful nature out there too, but Wisconsin has a lot of varied terrain and a lot of beautiful nature. More than just, you know, cows. You know, have I ever... You know, I bet in the new update they added something with this, because this does nothing. Oh wait, except we have see no evil, hear no evil. Hard hat, no evil? I don't know what the boots would be, but that's definitely see no evil, hear no evil. Speak. Oh, he should be wearing a mask. Yeah, he should be wearing like an N95 or something. Speak no evil. Missed opportunity. Missed opportunity. Okay. But yes, beautiful state we have here. And I don't know. I have a hard time comparing it to other areas because I've mostly lived here my whole life. You know, got out a little bit, but mostly here. So I can't really compare it to the coasts or, you know, other states. But we got a lot. I feel like we have a lot going on in our little state here. Whoops, did I passed it. Okay. Yeah, we got a lot going on here. We have agriculture, of course, being the dairy state and all. Agriculture, forestry, tourism for all our natural beauty and also touristy type stuff. A couple of sports ball teams. A lot of farmland. A lot of manufacturing, not as much as we once had. Not necessarily as much as we once had, but then again, who does? Who does? Okay, we are at Sierra. 183 B1C 051. I gotta make sure I get these things right. 183. Otherwise, they don't count anything. Oh, something I did read on, I believe, Reddit. Let's see, let's go to Yankee next. I believe Reddit is that one of the reasons I think that I would get denied my my hash codes, my homework, is the drone, the delivery drone, takes a certain amount of time. Did I spell Yankee? Yes. A certain amount of time to get off the map. It takes 45 in-game minutes. So if you're submitting something at, 11:30 p.m., you're not going to make the cutoff. Yeah, so I think a few times I had misjudged that. I didn't know, because they don't tell you. I mean, it's okay they don't tell you things. A lot of it you just have to explore and get frustrated with why you can't figure it out and all that. But that's kind of why it's like an ambient kind of game. Look at those power lines. They aren't supposed to do that. Ambient horror. But also, environmental. Just like, here you're wandering around nature. But sometimes you're wandering around nature and sometimes nature's wandering around you. That didn't quite work. More than meets the eye. Welcome and thank you for the follow. We just recently hit a follower goal kind of thing. Some kind of milestone that Twitch sets. What was it? It's not on my little control pad anymore, but thank you everybody who's been following lately. Welcome in. Especially happy when y'all return. Warms my cold little digital metallic heart. Oh no, this one's doing just fine. That's interesting. 230. Oh, cool. I understand robots are not for everyone. VTubers are not for everyone. And also I don't stream as much as I could. So I understand why it's not popping off, as the kids say. But mostly I do this for fun. Why is there random flesh? Yes, no, I am happy and pleased that people stop by and hang out. The heart of the land, maybe. I mean, I don't think I've gone in the valley this way. There's bound to be something around here. There's lots of creepy crawlies. Maybe I should come out at night and find out. It could have been me at one point. I don't remember if the glow balls, the wisps, when they were still infesting the valley here. I don't remember if they got me once or twice, if that stayed on the map or not. I know they like turning me into a puddle of goo, so that's exciting. That was terribly exciting. Emphasis on the terrible. But yeah, I hope my little one decides to sleep through the night more often, so that I can have more brain power for late at night. That would be exciting. That would be very exciting for me. Because I want to work on my projects. Because deving on deving on low brain is not exciting for anyone. I mean, unless I, flip out and start going completely out of character here. I guess that'd be exciting to a certain extent, but we don't tend to do that. We're pretty chill. We're pretty chill. Okay, we need hotel next. SV, target, hotel. But yes, in general, I think I'm a pretty chill fellow. Oh, Papa. We gotta fix Papa. What's wrong with Papa? What's wrong? Over here is the hole, which was very exciting when that event took place. They fixed it, whatever they did. They fixed the hole. We don't have an explanation for what caused or was going on with it. But come on, Mantle, jump. Thank you. Parkour. It's the fastest way down the hill, honest. But yeah, no, that event has been resolved. I don't think we have too many canon story events to go. Why is this the skull? That is indeed the skull. Okay. I feel like we should grab the shovel and come back here and do some digging. Flesh Gibbs. Why are there flesh Gibbs out here? Become whole. I've read the note before, so yeah. I think they were getting chased by something. And they had time to leave a note and then get cleansed? Is that where you're stripped of all your flesh? That's cleansed. Oops, this is not hotel. Where's cleansed when your skin is removed? It's been a while since I've watched Game of Thrones. Where you get to learn all about those fun torture methods, terminology. Is that my stomach? Man, I need to eat more variety than potato wedges and oranges. There, 100 plus. We're doing quite well on food here. Cleansing is removing blubber from a whale. Okay. Specifically blubber from a whale. Then where on earth would I have heard that recently? That maybe not so recently when it came to mind. And it's been ages since I've read Moby Dick. Yeah. Gosh, it's been a very, very long time since I've read Moby Dick. Wow. That was like middle school. Got a lot of points in the, why was that? Accelerated Reader? Accelerated Reader. I really liked reading. I mean, I still do. Just don't take the time to do it as much as I used to. But yeah, I think it was, or was it Book It? No, I feel like Book It was grade school, and Accelerated Reader was like the middle school version when I was little. You had to read something, obviously, and then take a test on it. And then you got a certain amount of points, and then you could redeem the points for like some kind of like class reward or something like that. My friend and I were competing, and he beat me out by like 10, 12 points. It's a big shame. I don't hold it against him though. 40 years later. Okay, not 40. Not old. A number of years later. But yeah, he beat me out. He won the probably like a treasury bond. Treasury bond? What are they called? Savings bond. Yeah, that thing you could cash in for real money. But you had to wait like 10 years to do it. Finally cashed in a bunch of those. Savings bonds, right? Finally cashed in a few of those from my youth. So they were long past the point of, waiting. This way. Long past the point of waiting. You gotta pay tax on them. You gotta pay, not only do you have to wait forever, but you have to pay taxes on them. Oh, Blue. Blue, we can't leave you outside by this suspicious event. Let's bring you inside. And also turn in our homework. We still have time. We still have time. Flesh gives. Plug them in. Right on top of some very noisy physics problems. We'll just walk to the other side of everything and not listen to the physics problems. Okay, let's see. We need our homework. Are we gonna have to buy notebooks? That'd be interesting if we would have to buy notebooks. Oh no, we still have one notebook. Okay. Good. Lensing. Okay. Just making sure there's no one, suspicious out here. Ooh, here's another thing they've changed. They changed how the drone works in the new version. In the update. Change how the drone works. Basically, you just you call the drone, but then you have to wait till it shows up. You load this stuff on the drone and then you send it away. So no contactless delivery. I was gonna go right back out there, wasn't I? Oh well. No more contactless delivery. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's still clicking away. Yeah, so while it's still daylight, and we have plenty of signals queued up anyways, let's see what we can finally do about maybe climbing some rocks. Where is it? There it is. We need that. We need to save. In case we feel like cheating and reloading after we waste 3 in-game days trying to get that stupid thing. Okay, we have the hook shot. We have a drone. Can we hook the drone? Where'd he go? No, I don't think we can hook the drone. That'd be kind of cool, though. So we gotta get in, like, just the right spot. Did we do it? I don't think we did it. We did not do it. Seriously, people make it look so easy, but I'm sure. No. Practice, right? Practice makes perfect. Oh, how do you reel it in again? No, I messed up. So you can get your way around this by buying a thing called a password scrambler. And then you don't have to do what I'm doing. Basically, you buy a hacking unit, and then you don't have to worry about this. I wonder if you have to worry about any doors anymore. You know, I'm not this bad of a shot with actual rope and hook. What else is in here? So look, we need to get through those doors, but we need this key card. Oh, okay, so... We might just buy ours. Pay to win. We're gonna pay to win. Who wants to pay to win? Dynamite would work? I mean, this is quite the bunker. It's got to be a bunker for a reason. Why would a research base need such a bunker? Oh, and also there's like ladder. I did not notice there. Oops. How do we pull ourselves up? There we go. We can pull ourselves up. Boing, boing. Oh, it doesn't work. Oh, it kind of works. There's ladder steps on this little tower here, so theoretically we could climb it if they were programmed as such, of course. If. Big if. Oh, he's still thumping away. My child, awaken. No, no, no. Hey, hey, hey. We must pat your... Hey, we must pat your head, as is tradition. Come here, come here. Okay, there. And now they're off. To conquer the world. Shape charges to protect them from this sun. This is true. We did find out that the sun is, in fact, deadly sometimes. But only when it's redacted. But yes, when you cannot see the sun, even though it is, in fact, in the sky, that is when you know it'll be a rough time. Okay, electronics. Nope. All? Maybe it's under tools. Card? What the heck do they call it? Oh, geez, I don't want to look through everything. Maybe tools, maybe? Password changer, 200 bucks. Pay to win. Pay to win. Wait, did he leave yet? Did he leave or just get sidetracked? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows where my child is off to? My beautiful blue child. Let us enjoy this wonderful weather here. How much? Okay, we got enough sleep. Okay. Enjoy this wonderful weather where we wait for our Amazon delivery to come in. So fun. Real world drone delivery is Walmart and a few other realtors. I think Chipotle. Walmart has a fleet of drones now in select markets. So that's exciting. Isn't that exciting? Guys, isn't that exciting, guys? Walmart drones. Flying through the sky. I mean, they believe that all workers are drones, I'm sure. But, yes, flying through the sky. They're pretty neat looking machines too. I saw them when I went to the EAA this year. Oops, not that one. This one. But yeah, at the EAA they had a booth. In fact, I think there were 2 or 3 booths for delivery drone companies. Oh, that doesn't actually pause the game. There were 2 or 3 booths for delivery drone companies. And the one that's Walmart and Chipotle, I believe, are using, they're kind of neat. They're like mostly styrofoam. Probably for aerodynamics and safety. How well they protect your your delivery. Yeah. The fun joke is anybody with a net can now get free Chipotle. You just have to snag the drone. But no, they're pretty neat. And yeah, I chatted with the people at the booths about, how does that work with payload, temperature, all that kind of fun stuff. And it's interesting, because obviously the engineers would have to think about things like how much it can carry safely and temperature, because Texas is different than Wisconsin, is different than, wherever here and there, right? And I imagine the fleet will be grounded during severe weather, of course, like anything. But no, it is interesting because the way that they're designed, they have redundancy like all over the place. So these these little delivery drones, which were probably maybe like 3 feet. One of them was about 3 foot long, 3 foot long, 3 foot wide or so, and it had a whole bunch of smaller propellers on it. And it's they don't have to worry about temperature as much because it's air cooled, but also they're not using consumer grade drone parts. So like I had a little Mavic Mini for a while, and you couldn't run that in the cold because of battery. When it was below freezing, it didn't like it. You could, I did, but it didn't like it because battery life wasn't as good, and also it's made of plastic. So if you collide with anything, that plastic, that little plastic, gets very brittle. But if you're using a higher quality parts, non-consumer grade parts, you probably got a lot of carbon fiber in there. You're using better batteries. The temperatures don't bother the bigger drones as much because they generate enough heat to keep everything above a certain temperature level, but they're still all air cooled, so it regulates the temperature. Yeah, I would imagine they would have some kind of heating element to make sure the battery stays at a decent decent temps. But yeah, it's all really interesting because I mean, a heating element does not take up a lot of space. Now, do you want that next to your lithium battery? All right. Excuse me? Oh yeah, it like everything has to be thought out, and of course it is. Okay, how do we nope, not that one. This one. Nope, I didn't want to drop whatever that was. Hold on. But is very interesting. Very interesting, all the little considerations. But yeah, commercial drones are, designed differently. There we go. Remember to change both keypads on either side of the door. But how do you use it? Um, one moment. How to use password changer. Well, that's a open-ended Google search, isn't it? Invoices of the void. No, not what? With the device in hand, go to a keypad and use it. Put the device away and enter. What? No, okay. Use the password changer on the password panel and then use the password panel and write your password that you want. So we use it. And then we use it. This is one of those things that should be simpler than it is. Well, everyone. I guess we are not doing that right now. Does it work on this one? It doesn't work on the bunker. You can't reprogram the bunker. That is significantly annoying. Like very annoying. Why is this door open? That's suspicious. That's rather suspicious. Okay, nice job, 75 points to your account, and got the report. More points. Back proof for your safety, right? You received it. We got lots of points again. Very interesting. The sounds of space are fascinating. Gotta release the papers as soon as possible. Well done, pal. We're a pal now. Now we just have to impress the good doctor. Okay, we got a whole lot of nothing, but we downloaded all of it. So, now go. Take one of you guys. We're gonna need more drives. We're gonna need more drives. Okay, are you done? You're done. Oh. Ooh. I think we've gotten this one before. Oh, that was tasty. Take another one of those. Unfiltered, smooth taste. The sounds of space are fascinating. Okay, you go there, do that. Because we're gonna need more of those tomorrow. Doom, 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 doom. Oh no! With the new update, I'm gonna have to look at to see if they changed the design of these panels, because I still want to at least partially recreate the panels. At least partially recreate the panels, because I mean I have the material. Boo. Boo. Yeah, I mean I have the material. So I have the material. I have a machine that can carve the cute little signage. I recently made one for our front door. Well, not our front door, technically, but where the Amazon guys come to deliver. And I said, please deliver to the porch. You know, that's covered and not directly rained upon. Yes. They like to leave packages out in the rain. Actually, Amazon's pretty good about it. UPS is terrible about it. They're like, oh, it's currently raining. Let me leave. Jump scare. Let me leave this cardboard box right here in the rain. Yeah, so I made a little sign. It's carved in plastic. Oh, jeez. Hello, my son. Sleep. Sleep. Yeah, I had a little sign on the door. I had a little tiny like post-it on the door for the last couple of years. But that got all sun faded and everything. There we go. Yeah, that got all sun faded, so needed something new, and you know, I want to play with my new toy. My new old toy. And so I did. Okay. So yes, please deliver to side door. Except I messed up part of it, so the little arrow that points to the side porch is oh, that's interesting. Are we about to get aliens? But anyways, yeah, I messed up a little bit on the arrow to the side porch. Are we about to get invaded? Are we gonna get invaded this very stream? Because I mean, it is a Friday night. I can go a little bit longer because I don't have to work in the morning. I just have to be, you know, woken up by my toddler in 3 hours. That is definitely, that's a something. Ding. that is a something. Where is that? Ooh. Maybe it's friendly. I mean, this looks like solar panels. We'll have to see how friendly it is. You are finished already. Wow. Wow. You know, while we're here and it's not incredibly late yet. Oh, never mind. Never mind. We do not want to be jump scared by the boogeyman. For he is very boogie. Very boogie. I don't know how much man he is, but he is very boogie. Filth Awareness Administration. I should bring my giant sponge up here and clean this up. Okay. There. Are we, do we need food? No, we do not need food. Throw a glow stick in here just to get a nightlight, you know? Nightlight. Okay, are we ready? Should we sleep up here? Let's sleep up here tonight. Got bunk beds, might as well use them. Man, I didn't have bunk bed till college. It was definitely... Oh, hey, the visitors are back. I didn't have a bunk bed till college. Good times. I didn't have any roommates growing up because I lived in a big old farmhouse, so there were a couple extra rooms. The rooms weren't very well finished, being an old, drafty farmhouse, but did not have bunk beds. Boom, 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 boom. You know, should I just leave this door open at some point one of these nights? Just to see what happens? What if? No, we can't pull things. We can't pull vents off. Don't let them in. Are you sure? Welcome in. Welcome in. Don't let them in. I mean, but aliens with cat ears. Aliens with cat ears. Do we want feline waifus or husbandos? I mean, I know I'm speaking for myself, but come on now. Nice emotes. Thank you. I added a... oh no, I didn't add it yet. Did not add the new ones yet. That I was working on last week? Or the week before? Got them in progress. Just had not had time. Hold on. Pat. Hello, Kerfer. You know, if I'm going to keep playing Voice of the Void, I should definitely make a Kerfer toggle. Big donut eyes. I do have donut eyes. I just need... and I have cat ears. I don't have them in this model, though. Do I? Hold on. Hold up. Okay, good. You always have to check when you pause and Voice of the Void, whether it's... yeah. Well, I don't have the toggle here, but I am curious now. Could I, in fact... let's see, expression settings. Could I, in fact, be a curver? Let's see what we got. Circles for eyes. Oh, no, I didn't add those toggles into this model. Sadness. We would have to go to an older model. We'd have to go to an older model in VC Face in order to... oh, hold up. Since we're paused anyways. This one? Maybe this one. Get ready for jump scares and stuff. Rid of the farmer. Okay, now I can't see me. Where is me? Oh, we're standing. Hello. Standing with authority here. Settings. Expression settings. Because I didn't bring all of my blend shapes over with this model. Oh, we do have track. Control Shift F7. Control Shift F7. Did that show up? Where are we? Okay. And we need donut eyes. Control Alt Shift F8. Oh, hell yeah. Curver mode engage. And the fun thing is, when I switch back to my other model tracking, it'll carry over. Curver mode. Yeah. wait. Yeah. There we go. That's the only time you're getting that out of me. Until I get a refill at least. But yes. And on that note, I'm gonna go get a refill. I might discombobulate. We are in an ad break. Perfect. We're in an ad break anyways. I will be right back. Oh, curver mode. I love it. There we go. Oh no, I drifted. Where is tracking? There we go. Are we retracted? Retracted. All right. Okay. Oh no, what is it? 4 hours? I think it's 4 hours because I have not encountered him yet. There's a special boogeyman that comes out in this game when you spend too much time in it. Because why wouldn't that be a thing? Oh, look it, we match. Do we match? Hello, my child. So it's funny because I cannot see. We'll patch you again. You know, I was gonna add in the anime. Yeah, that. I was gonna add in that too. Use. Go do stuff. Open the door before you go do stuff. Yeah. So one of the things on my to-do list, a ways down on my to-do list, is add in text support for the display eye. Can we zoom? We cannot zoom. We cannot zoom. We can go. Let's see. We can go to chatting, and then zoom. No. No. Oh, I disabled that source, I guess. Well, anyways, go back here. For my eye, that is the screen, the display. I want to add in support for characters. So like, you know, brackets for doing the anime squint thing. This is something I was thinking about for the robot. Version 2. Which I do want to do some of the design on screen. We were just at Yankee. What is going on with Yankee? Oh, sugar. No. Yes. No. Oh boy. Guess what, guys? We'll continue this conversation later. We have visitors. Those guys. Oh, Rick. We have visitors. We can save. It says so. I hope our janitorial squad is okay. They don't handle fire very well. Fred, take care. Don't go that way. Fred, don't go that way. So, Yeah, it's weird how wooden mannequins don't handle fire. Super duper. Just one. Just one firebomb? Was that like a warning shot, maybe? Oh. You know what we could use? Oh, Kerfer. We could use Kerfer. Poor Kerfer's trying to get in. How about this one? Oh. We just had to fly over. Good thing we turned the lights out. Bad thing is we do not have enough locks. We do not have enough locks in this place. Some might say we have just enough. Oh, and our lights went out again. You know, the lights being out, I'm okay with this. I mean, I feel bad I left my boy outside, but I should invite the mannequins inside just for keep them safe. Well, does William the Protector see anything? No, William the Protector's here. Okay, we're just gonna do we're gonna put a pin in that thought we were having about the robot. No, okay, everything looks fine in the basement, kind of. This is our garage door outside our base. Oh, here's the tower. Hmm? Nothing? Okay, maybe they were just doing a flyby because we scanned them. We poked the bear. We did poke the bear. I am willing to acknowledge this. And here's our really crappy camera on our front door. Just like real life and my really crappy camera on my front door. And that's my stomach growling again. Kerfer? Okay, we'll let you in just so I don't have to pick you up off there again. Okay. You know, we could listen to that. I don't know if I want to right now. Man, I gotta reset all my lights again. Hey guys. Kerfer. There you are. Come here. Come here, champ. And keep. All right. Is there a light switch here? No, no light switch. I need lamps. I need to just put a whole bunch of lamps all over the place here. I know they're hideously expensive. Okay. So now that this crisis is averted, where were we? Robot version 2. That is going to be this winter's project. Is robot version 2. SD cal all. There we go. Let's calibrate some stuff. Let's do some basic math and calibrate some stuff. Here we go, basic math. That'll keep us distracted from the impending alien invasion. Yeah. Oh yeah, Robot Rusty version 2. He does need some enhancements. You know, since he's gotten a lot of life, a lot of living, you know, I've noticed things with version 1 that needed fixing. Off balance, you know, the weight distribution of the head, which added a lot of strain to like the neck servo and gear train. So when moving, that put a lot of stress on it. I hadn't sorted out the. Let's see. I'm gonna lean back and take a little break and pause it for a bit. I'm gonna stretch break, posture check, if you will. So let's see. So the weight offsets not super duper balanced. Mostly just for front to back. He's a little front heavy. So I thought of different ways to take care of that. A few different ways I want to try. But one of the things I want to do is, I don't know if I'm going to make an alternate model of the robot, a significantly smaller, we're talking like smaller, animatronic sized robot who might be like just an alternate model and not actually version 2. But he's gonna be tiny, like action figure tiny. So that'll be a fun intermediate project or alternate project. But the version 2 of the robot might be a little bit smaller because then we don't have to invest in more expensive, more powerful servos. You know, I kind of want to stay with the Arduino board. I know that I would have better power, computational power, and probably reliability if I went with something else like an ESP32 or even a Pi. A Pi would be overkill. A Raspberry Pi would be overkill. But just a different board. And I am leaning towards an ESP32. One, wireless. Two, a little bit beefier than an Arduino. But at the same time, he's already set up. Like I have all the software written for moving servos around and now moving steppers add into that mix. So I think I just need to work on a better distributed and fixing the placement of a couple of the servos. One of the problems was the eye, the lens eye. I think it was putting a lot of stress directly on the tiny little servo gears because these are just like RC servos, little remote control car type servos. It's putting a lot of stress on little servo gear when it didn't need to. And I think that's why I had to replace the up down for the eye a few times. And that adds up, even though I'm using cheaper servos. It adds up. So we'll see. I still want to keep the reclaimed rebuilding look. So part of me doesn't want to go too small because then I have to make it more like props instead of using actual reclaimed stuff like, the broken headset, the disk drive. I would have to make a prop version like 3D printed in a smaller size, smaller scale. So it's one of those design issues. Stronger servos, yes. Stronger servos are pricier. I mean, the servos I have for his neck, for the nodding and the tilting, those right now I want to say are like $25 a piece. Last time I checked, and I haven't checked since tariffs. Now I did change one of those to a stepper motor. The forward backward is a stepper motor now, which I had to. It doesn't have. Okay, it has better holding torque and control, and is less expensive. So that is a strong option. It's heavier, unfortunately. Tip. yeah, I should add in a tip jar. The season of giving is coming up, and I do appreciate it anytime anybody tosses some bits or subs my way. That's awesome. I appreciate it. Definitely not expected. But one of the things is I need to redesign some of his components first. I know how I'm going to solve the eye issue. It's basically going to be the same as how the side to side for the eye works, with a tie rod, a very very tiny tie rod. You should see how small it is. It's amusing. It's not like vehicle sized. It's 3mm ball, I want to say. So it's super tiny little tie rod for controlling the position of the eye, and it puts like no stress on the servo. It's really nice that way. So I'm going to do that for the up down. I may or may not need a new Mega, which is not going to be super expensive either, because that's only like $20. So it's not the worst. But one of the things is I want to do some redesigning and testing before I go ordering up a 5-10 pack of beefier servos. But yeah, one of the problems would definitely be solved by just throwing more power at it, So one of the streamers I like to lurk in is Ellie Minibot, and she is an actual engineer, a robotics engineer, and VTuber. She worked on the the robotic dog, the robotic body of for Neurosama. I'm tossing out names. Hopefully they click. But so basically, the AI VTuber, her creator, commissioned a actual robotics engineer to make a body to wander around in real space. You know, is it telepresence? Yeah, I guess it would be telepresence technically. So instead of at like a convention, instead of having the VTuber wandering around on a Roomba with an iPad on top, it's going to be like a robotic dog, like a Boston Dynamics style robotic dog wandering around. That's kind of terrifying if you think about it too hard. but yeah, no, she was using beefy servos. I forget if they were 120s or 60s. Put in perspective, I'm using 25s as my beefy servos. So is several orders stronger. But yeah, no, it's very cool. I don't know if she actually posted like finished like a finished shots of it. Yeah, it'd be something to look up to because this was a few months ago. But no, that's super cool. But yeah, they went with the more of the quadruped look. Yes, significantly more servos also. But when you go with the yeah, you know, actually I'm surprised they went with the same style of servos. Like the brick looking servos instead of let me throw a link in chat. Let me throw a link in chat. Yes, incognito window. James British VTuber. Yes. One of my inspirations and what I looked to who I looked to for early inspiration is James Brutton, also known as X Robots. Let's see. He has made a number of interesting vehicles to ride on, but before that, he was doing a long time ago. He was doing robotics and the same type of telepresence robotics. I mean, okay, where is his stompy dog? Where is his dog? But he used a different style of servo motor and attached his own encoders and everything. Basically, built that part from scratch. And they were significantly more here. Open dog. So, yeah, you could build your own, I suppose. I'm just going to throw this link in chat if I can find my chat window again. Where'd it go? But yes, a huge inspiration for this whole project when I was trying to figure out robot and robot control. Now I went a different way. Instead of having instead of using some of the same vision, like robotic vision, so he's used things like a Jetson, like an NVIDIA Jetson, and to do the processing and tracking, and also puppeteering. So having a small think like a joystick, but you know, a small model of his robots that directly controls, directly controls the big robot. So, you know, it's like 1-to-1. Like you move the little puppet arm and the big robot arm would move the exact same. So that instant feedback. That was really cool. Because I was originally leaning towards something like that. What you would call in puppeteering a Waldo. So a little fun behind the scenes. But yeah, that's James Brutton. Another big inspiration would be Will Cogley. Let's see if I can find him on here. And I have not checked up on him in a while, but I did see he did some cool stuff recently. Oh, yeah, he's doing like actual face looking stuff. That is cool. I have to catch up on his videos. But yes, so 2 shout outs to those guys. But yes, no, one of the things before I figured out, motion capture with VTubing, because I was trying other vision based tracking, like, you know what? Why don't I just use a joystick or a controller? You know what I mean? Take like a PlayStation controller, like DualShock and up, right? You got 2 joysticks, you got a D-pad, 4 buttons, some shoulder buttons. You got plenty of buttons for doing things. Even if you figure out how to use the gyros, you could do even more. I wouldn't want to do that for an hour or two. That'd be hard on the wrists, but basically think of it like anything you could do with a video game character, you could translate that to a robot. Now, what I have with the VTuber is a little different. I get a lot more motion because I can move my body around. Now theoretically, I could also translate this to the robot. Like if I wanted him to tilt around, I would have to add in some extra servos. We'll just call them servos for now. Extra motors to be able to handle like side to side, front to back, more twisting, twisting of the body along with twisting of the head. So what I currently do, I do currently have rotating the body side to side and the head side to side. And those are manual processes. little spoiler there. But what I have is, so the tilting or twisting the neck is right in the middle here. So the bearings that he's riding on right now for twisting the neck side to side, those are actually rollerblade wheels with little bearings on them. I'll upgrade them someday. But then I have a foot pedal control. I have a foot pedal control down off camera, off of this camera anyways, that I can tilt with my foot, and it rotates the neck. So it rotates the center column side to side. And that's how I get the side to side. However, he is bolted down to an office chair. So I can move the whole body. I can twist the whole body by pulling on a string. By pulling on a string back and forth, and that will rotate the office chair, so I can rotate the whole assembly. A little puppeteering behind the scenes. But I miss this guy. But yes, if you look back probably like 6 years now, it was right like 2019, I want to say, or when James Brunton's videos on his telepresence robots. There's a tremendous amount of circuitry and motor control going into that. And I don't want to go there. I do not want to go there. That is beyond the scope of this project. Which is also partially why I want to go smaller. Because smaller, I can do more with less. There we go. And nice little break from the game. We'll call this our stretching. But yes, with smaller, I can do more with less. For one thing, I can use significantly smaller and cheaper servos. Have we saved recently? I don't know if we saved recently. The delay on the door is always... Always. Oh, it sounds like it's time for more floranges. And also, let's toss some potato wedges out here. I know they're too hot. I know. We'll drop another one of those. There, we gotta wait for these guys to cool off. Look at the smoke coming off of those things. Oof. Fresh out of the oven, like 3 in-game days ago. What time is it? 4:50 in the morning? Nothing suspicious? No? Nothing? Nothing? Should we order some more stuff? We should order some more stuff. We need hammer, work in progress. How's a hammer work in progress? A hammer is one of the most basic of tools. Ball of red string. Nice. This is so you can make your tack board with all the you know, your serial killer investigation tack board. All right. We need drives. And we probably need a drive box. That'd be a container? That would be a container. We probably have an item box ready to go too. Probably. Cameras. Let's just leave that on for now. Okay. Ooh, we never listened to this one. Let's listen to the aliens. But yes, smaller Rusty. Chibi Rusty, if you will. Yeah, we're not getting anything. Oops, we're not getting anything from that one. We'll call him Chibi Rusty. Well, they're Mini Rusty. There's going to be a Mini Rusty. And then there's going to be a incredibly tiny Rusty. I don't know if I want to go action figure or Lego minifig small. Because we could go Lego minifig Rusty. Oh, we banned a random letter gobbledygook spammer. Cool. Thank you, Saribot. You're a real pal. Get one of these. Yep, rip butt. The bad kind, yeah. Oh, another streamer I follow does design critiques and such. She brought up an interesting point. Clankers. While it's meant to be like a term to use about the AI and stuff, said that, you know, she doesn't feel comfortable using that term because it's a derogatory term. And I said it out loud just now, so I apologize a little bit. It's like, you know what? Kind of right. It is while it's a fun term, it is also kind of a derogatory term. So I was like, should we be using it? It's one of those gray areas. Like, do we care what the robot feels? Well, or the AI feels, you know? At the same time, you're being mean about it, right? So, I don't know. It's definitely a loaded question kind of thing. But it made me stop and think about it for a sec. And that's a good thing. Just stop and think about it for a sec. Oh, we need to go way faster than that. But yes, no, I do wonder at times if I chose, in hindsight, if I chose poorly, or the kind of character I am. It's like, I like robots. Robots are cool. However, even I am wore out by all the tech these days, and I'm a very techie person. So, whoa, that happened real quick. There, we'll leave it right there. That is a very touchy signal right there. So yeah, all the tech. Part of me just wants to kind of take a step back and run away from all of that. Go back to nature, which is interesting because I do have other hobbies that are completely unrelated to this technological stuff here. Partially because I sit on my butt all day for my day job, right? In fact, I sit at this very desk. I sit at this very desk for my day job. Can we turn this thing on? We can't turn this thing on. I put that there for a reason. But yes, I sit at this very desk for my day job doing software development. Sometimes I feel like I should not be spending my free time also sitting at this desk. It is definitely one of those things I enjoy. I mean, I enjoy my job most of the time. I enjoy programming. I don't know why we don't call it programming anymore, but yes, so I enjoy programming. I enjoy computer stuff, but also I have way too many hobbies. And my other hobbies get me off my butt and get me away from the computer. What's it called if not programming? Developing. Specifically the kind that I do is software development. Now, I did look this up a few years ago and I just don't remember. But one of the dividing lines is if you're making it from scratch, I think it's still considered programming. But if you're using, if you're like using different libraries and stuff, you're not making it all, you're more connecting it, then it's more developing, I think. See, and then there's a distinction between like software developer and software engineer. In the US, they're the same thing. We don't have the whole thing where you need to be certified to be an engineer. We don't have that like other countries do. But for some companies that time still passes when you're in inventory. In some job descriptions in companies, there is a distinction, a price distinction between software developer and software engineer. So it is interesting. Software developer, software engineer. I think programming is just not used as much anymore. Yeah, it's one of those things I'm not super clear on either. I did need to look up the distinction between it because I asked for a raise last year. So I was like, okay, what's the salary range for a software developer versus a software engineer versus, oh, programmer doesn't exist anymore. Okay. And then there's all sorts of different ranges based on what you do, your knowledge, what you are creating, like what kind of software developer you are, and all that fun stuff. Yeah. So it is a whole bunch of stuff. It's very interesting. But no, most of the time I enjoy what I do. I'll put it at that. Most of the time I enjoy what I do. Okay, we need to grab one of these. I like problem solving. Yeah. I mean, it's like many technical fields, there's a lot to it, there's a lot of different focuses. I do boring business stuff. Would I like to do game dev? Yes. Do I enjoy this job stability of doing boring business stuff? Absolutely, yes. Not throwing shade. Definitely not throwing shade. I wish the games industry was a much more stable creature than it is. but it just isn't. I would love to do game dev. What was that? There was somebody talking in this one, like muffled, and then went when they realized they're being recorded. Yeah, no, I am absolutely not throwing shade. And, you know, there's stuff that I have no interest in. Oh my God, we got a lot of tapes. Stuff that I have no interest in doing in my field. That if I was more interested in doing, I could have a higher pay scale. But can we take two? Can we take two? We can take two at once. Multitask. Multitask. But yes, no, I definitely don't mean to. I do not want to come off as out of context throwing shade at other software developers, other industries, none of that. Damn, everybody's got a lot to do. And I would hope that I would absolutely hope that the people who make things or work on things across the board, no matter what your career, job, freelance, contract, whatever it is, I would hope you're more appreciated for what you do. And this isn't a, oh, corpo bad or anything. It's in general. I used to do freelancing, and the small mom and pop places are just as bad. It can be just as bad as big, scary corpos. Save that. We haven't saved in a while. Welcome in, Malform. Ooh, you went to school for game design last few months when the apocalypse started. Oh no, I'm sorry. Also sorry for the ad break here while I'm catching up on chat. Yeah, so many people got laid off. It was heartbreaking, honestly, especially when it is. I mean, I realize there's not everybody is popping off and making it big, selling millions of copies, but it is such a lucrative industry where the workers are treated like not great, and just like, oh, we made our cool game. We don't have any big plans for the next game yet, so we're just going to lay everyone off. It's like, no. You keep the talent. You keep that talent, and then you don't have to go hire new talent the next game you want to make, which should be immediately making the next big game, because these things take time. And it's, I don't know, I assume there's some dollars reason for why, but beyond greed, I would think that there'd be a reason beyond greed, but who knows? A little rusty rant here. It's too logical. Exactly. Exactly. Especially with all the AI stuff going on right now. It's ridiculous. We each have our own needs. Some people can deal with less stable, less benefits. Some people need more stable employment, healthcare. Yes. So one of the reasons I am okay with boring business stuff and what I do, it is stable. And I've been with this company for a while now, and they treat me well, and I don't have to go hunting for another job, which is awesome. Is awesome. They appreciate the work I do. I do good work, or I should say, I do good work, and they appreciate me for it. So that's awesome. Also, it's a nice, comfy workplace, benefits, etc., whatnot. Before this, I freelanced. I was a freelance graphic and web designer and artist, 3D artist kind of thing. That is a world of uncertainty right there. I cannot imagine how it is right now, even competing against everything. But when I decided to finally get out of that field, or that trajectory, the freelancing, it was just too much. You have to do it all yourself, and because I was not in a shop even, I was just myself, and it was a lot of work to go get the jobs, do do all the mock-ups and everything for that, because it was more like graphic design and web design type stuff. So you had to, you know, have your little showroom, right? And it's like, okay, hey, I'm going to make you this. So here's a little mock-up of it. And, you know, sometimes, especially smaller companies would be like, okay, cool, that's a cool idea. Oh, but we decided to have, you know, the boss's niece do that, or, you know, one of our other workers, you know, do that. It's like, cool, you just took my idea and then, you know, the my mock-up, you just took that and now you're just going into Canva or whatever, or Squarespace, and doing your own little version of it. Awesome. I'm glad I drove all the way out here, you know. So there was a lot of that. And it just gets very disheartening after a while. And especially that field, it got easier and easier for websites, especially easier and easier to make a simple website. And honestly, that's what most small companies were looking for. They were looking for a flyer, a pamphlet, whatever, but in website form. And then you have to make it mobile compatible and all that garbage. But yeah, it's the same thing. You know, the little piece of advertising to get them out there. And being a solo freelancer, solo contractor, I had to turn away jobs that would have been more lucrative, like adding like shopping carts and that kind of stuff, because it just adds that much more complexity and whatnot. And when I presented dollar amounts for those kind of things, you know, like, oh, here's their quote, they'd be like, that's an extra zero than I was expecting. I'm like, yeah, because it takes an ass load of work. There's more to it than just hooking up a Shopify account, guys. Ugh. Especially back then. But yeah, no, I was a. This is gonna date me. I was a Flash developer for Flash producer for a long time. That was my bread and butter until that went away. So that was one of the first nail in the coffin when Flash went away. But I was also doing Flash, PHP, you know, lots of like Illustrator, Photoshop work, you know, a whole self-contained proprietor. But yeah, no, it got to be just too much, and you couldn't escape it. So I appreciate putting in my, you know, and I usually had to have another part-time job just to make sure I had insurance and that kind of stuff at the time. So yeah, rusty history lesson or history perspective. So you can definitely do it. I appreciated, not to be all doom and gloom, but I definitely appreciated qualities of it, the flexibility, the artistry of it. You know, I could pick and choose, right? I could pick and choose clients. So if something creative came along, I was just like, ooh, yeah, let me get my fingers in that, you know. I want to make you a new logo. I still do logos from time to time, businessy logos. But yeah, you know, doing the more artsy side of it was a lot of the enjoyment. Did we? Oh, we didn't get a new signal. Yeah, I like problem solving. I like the artsy side of it. So I do miss some of that. I do definitely miss some of that. Do I want to take on freelance, like, you know, side hustle right now? Not really. To scratch that itch, I have this. Not necessarily game playing, but the Rusty Robot project gives me kind of a structure. A kind of structure for creativity while still kind of fooling myself into an end product, which almost sounds like I'm taking away from this somewhat, but Yeah, an end product. Do I intend for this to be my future, the Rusty Robot project? No. I do want to continue with it though, and I do want to improve on it, come up with new fun stuff. So we've got our drives. Should we go out there and do our homework? Kilo Yankee uniform. Where's Kilo? Kilo, Yankee, and all the way. They keep sending us to opposite ends of the map. We haven't been to Uniform in a while though, so I think we should at least go visit Uniform. It's V or D? SV Uniform. Let's go visit Uniform since it's still daytime. We can go check on the mannequins. I haven't checked on the mannequin party in a long time. We drive. We drive? Let's drive. Appears is that you are sharing something you enjoy. I do. Hope that wasn't the radar for hostiles. I do actually enjoy this. I should say, let me rephrase that. I still enjoy this. How do we? Oh yeah, grab. Why is grab the second option on that one? When grab is usually the first option. No, I do still enjoy this. Not just the streaming of video games, but the Rusty project. The problem with right now, and I touched on it earlier, the problem with the Rusty project. Well, for one, I came to a good stopping point for the meantime, and I took a little break from the dev stuff, right? I got the project working as a broadcast environment. Awesome. But the problem is mostly my toddler waking up in the middle of the night. Because then I can't really, I don't have the brain capacity to do critical thinking, dev type stuff at night when I woke up at, like 4 a.m. and it's crouching on like 9 p.m. So that's an unfortunate thing for the moment. Now, as soon as they start sleeping through the night again, that'll definitely shift a little bit more energy and brain power back towards the project. But no, I do still enjoy all of this. Honestly, I enjoy the dev stuff just as much, if not more, than playing games. But for some reason, this is one of those games, I think Minecraft would do it for me too, where it's just like, oh, I'm tricking my brain into thinking that it's fulfilling the need for a creative output. Because I am one of those types. No, I don't want a cal. I want the hashtag. I am one of those types. I forget which four-letter combo oops, come on back here. Which four-letter combo I am that has the need to uniform. Okay. Which has the need to create. And if I don't create, I just get frustrated and then spiral. So that's partially also why I have other hobbies. Other hobbies that do not involve computers. Because when I need to escape the computer, I still need to be making something or creating something. So it's one of those cases where, just in general, I feel the need to fool my brain into framing tasks. I'm sure there's a tism that goes along with it, but framing tasks so that I can feel like I'm accomplishing something, especially if it's something creative. I mean, it's like, yeah, it's one thing to clean your room, organize the office. That there's a positive benefit to that. But I can fool myself into thinking, oh, I'm doing this because then I can create something, or I'll have room to make something in that space. That's like a little perk, a bonus. So that's just a little. I don't know if that. I don't know if that'd help anybody. Maybe I should put a pin in that and talk about that at some point. But yes, creative hobbies. I absolutely 100% need my creative hobbies. So where'd they all go? Where did they all go? We see 4. Now we've been seeing 4 mannequins. Oh, okay. And here's 2 of those 4 mannequins. These are where they spawn from. These are where they spawn from. So where are the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we have 1 back at base. So where are the other, like, 9? Oh, here's another one. Here's another one. Yeah, where's the other, like, 9 or 10? Interesting. We didn't... Yeah, we set our target. Okay, we're good. Also, you know what? It's daytime. It's daytime. We are going to check out the creepy shack. We're going to save. And then we're going to check out the creepy shack. But yeah, no. Do you think... Okay, so as streamer brain here, streamer mode. Whoa. What the... Hold on. Is that just a very red plant? Should I toss Fred in here first as a sacrificial? Sacrificial something or other. Oh, wait. We're in a national park. I mean, I had suspicions. But we are in a national park. Guys, I'm trying to read. Okay, let's Wait, I got an easier method here. Bonk. Oh, nope. Come on. Wait, how do I am so terrible with the hook shot. I got up there before. I did visit this place and I think I hopped inside. Because there's a big hole right there. There we go. Oh, you kidding me? Come on. I keep wanting to use escape to cancel the current tool. But yes, so getting back to, yeah, you guys can go in there first. By all means, Fred, Jim. Did we give a name to the 3rd one, let alone the 4th one? Who is conspicuously missing? Okay, that is just a very red plant. There's food on the table and everything. Oh, guys. Okay, we're out of here. we're gonna go check the transformer and then run away. So the thought I was getting back to the thought I threw out there a little bit. Streamer stuff, content creation. Do you think it would be interesting and or beneficial to talk about that? Like the need to create, to like deep dive, or honestly probably just ramble about the need to create and how to fulfill that, or why we need to fulfill that. From seriously, there was one bag in there. You know, it's like, do we need, yeah, lead to better understanding. Just like, I think just in general as like a, I'm asterisk, I am not a qualified professional, but here's what Rusty thinks about this. Maybe take this as anecdotal, that, maybe you too gain some benefit from my rambling about this topic. That kind of a thing. Yeah. You create so much, you'd be miserable. Me too. I as my wife has observed, I do get miserable when I have not created in a long time. When I do not take the time, to be creative, whether it's from just kind of like overworking, especially when I was working non-creative side jobs or full-time jobs. Yeah, it's like the balance, kind of looking at the need to create, how you can fulfill that need to create, or if you are unable to kind of, do what I call fooling yourself into it, fooling yourself into thinking that you're creating, or you're fulfilling that need. Enjoy my choice and time. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. I mean, I like to ramble, talk about things, and sometimes just talking about things out loud is beneficial for myself. So instead of talking to myself, I get to, bounce ideas off y'all. Each person processes things differently, and it can be helpful to see how others process. Exactly. Yes. Very much agreement on that. And we also look to different people, different channels for different things. Like sometimes I want to dive off of whatever this cliff is. I do not want to do that. Disclaimer. It's bad for the ATV. But yeah, we look to different things for damn little good feelings, whether you call them endorphins or little happy feelings, or just being able to figure things out sometimes just bouncing ideas off of something or whatnot. It's like, do you watch a movie, to take your mind off of things, to kind of reset or clear your head? Do you watch someone else being creative to get ideas, inspiration? For a while, I was actually avoiding all of the creative channels and creators that I was following, because I was getting, I don't know if you want to call it FOMO, the fear of missing out. especially having two little kids, that took a lot of time when they're tiny, when they're babies, toddlers. They take a lot of time because, you know, they can't do much for themselves. They require a lot of care, and that's okay. That's part of parenting. That I have accepted that job duty, job title. And they're great, but they take a lot of time away from the other aspects of my life that I also enjoy, like being creative. So I stopped watching and following the creative creators. So like makers, artists, woodworkers, metalworkers, those kind of creators that I was following for those kind of things, because I was sad that I wasn't creating. You know, it just kind of made me depressed, being like, well, I don't have time to be out in my shop, or the awake, the usable time to be creative, because you need a certain amount of brain processing to be able to create anything. And I was just feeling so burnt out and sad about that. It was like a bummer. So I would pop in my favorite creators you know channel or video or whatnot, and I'd just be like, but I want to do that, but I can't do that right now, and I just get sad. So I had to step away from all that for a bit. And I'm glad that I'm finally, these last few months, be able to get back into that. To enjoy some of those things and get inspiration and ideas. And as I'm slowly getting more time to do these things, it's like, yes, you know, more time, more inspiration, all that good stuff. I don't want to. Oh, did we get fussy? No, okay, we just didn't want to eat the whole orange. Okay, good. Excuse me. But no, it is definitely, yeah, you're definitely right on that. Is stress relief. Absolutely. That is a form of it too. But yeah, not to be. See, I do worry that it's like, oh, just kind of talking about this is being a downer. It's like people kind of back away. It's like, oh boy, Rusty's getting depressy. I don't wanna be dragged down with his current sadness or whatever, because I've had that happen IRL. But that's not where I'm going with this. Where I am going with this is I want to kind of help others out that are in the same situation, or use it as a sounding board, kind of like for myself, self therapy a little bit, maybe. Just by talking about it. Just by talking about it kind of helps solve the problem, you know? But yes, not being able to create was not great. Oops. It was a bummer. Kilo. Or key lime to kilo, but we work with what we have. Yes, the joy of creation. Well, that sounds a little too something. The joy of creating. Absolutely. Absolutely. One oh four 732 0192. I've always hated when people say that we are all humanish. Talking about things like that makes someone more relatable. Well, I'm glad we're relatable. Now, in a long time ago, in past relationships, I haven't always had the most supportive of partners. We'll go with that. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's a whole thing. Yeah. No, my current partner, my forever partner. She is both supportive and not, but in a pretty good way. She is the oh, Fred, don't go in the water, Fred. Don't go in the water. You can't swim, despite being made of wood. You can float, but you can't swim. No, my wife is both supportive, but also keeps me in check. She is the realist to my dreamer, and that works out pretty good most of the time. Most of the time, we do butt heads, of course, but on certain things. But I do need to be kept in check, and she also needs to be supported for dreaming. So it works out a good. I would say it's a pretty good combination. I would say it's a pretty good combination. Definitely keeps me from having a gas, which is deer acquisition syndrome, because I do have collector tendencies. It's like, ooh, I want that. Oh wait, but I need one of these. Well, I want one of those. It's like, and she's like, excuse me, have you looked at the budget lately? And I look at the budget. It's like, yeah, you have a good point with that, hon. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, balance, definitely balance. As in all things, there should be balance. Whoa, excuse me, sir, and or madam. When did you sneak in there? I guess we found out why we did not have 4 mannequins following us. One was right here. You know what?
No.
Let's let Blue out too. Oh, no, no. All right, we need a stretch break. Oh, yeah, Friday night. We get a little more leeway on our time here. This is awesome. There we go. Ooh, catching up, catching up. Working long hours, you get most of your time. Oh, you spend most of the times. Yeah. Okay, so you kind of. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting about. So are you quote unquote bringing work home, or it's a thing that you enjoy? So you also do that at home. Yeah, doozies in the past. No, I had, and you know, in hindsight, I wasn't always the best partner either. So I wouldn't say potato, but it definitely, yeah. There were times on both. It's like we learn from our experiences. I won't say mistakes. We learn from our experiences, both good and bad. This is what happens when you get older. You get wise old remembrances. Not quite platitudes. I'm not going to start dishing out cheap catchphrases and passages and whatnot, but uh, can't really leave work at work to your job position. Oh yeah, it's kind of same thing about being freelancing. I never left my work behind, especially when it would be like my desk would be like in the dining room, you know, and be like, yep. Every time I walk past that, I'd be like, should I be chasing more work or finishing up a project or whatnot? Ugh. Hello, handsome people. Hello, new model. Um, More like looking through my old, remembering I had toggles costume, if you will. But we can change back our colors too. We can be blue again. We can be blue to match blue. You know what? I am gonna lock the door here. Where's our cursor? There. See, there we go. Hold still. Hold still. See, look. We match. Aren't we cute? See, circle eyes, cat ears. Okay, there. Now, here, I'll let you out now. Fred the mannequin is not allowed in, though. He needs to go pick up some more garbage before we can let him back in. Yeah. Talking about you, Fred. But yes, I decided to match. We did semi-retire the antlers. That was more of a October Halloween month celebration kind of dealio. So we did semi-retire the antlers. We still have them, along with the very work in progress moth antenna. 0.9 is so bugged. I wanted to accomplish some things before hitting 0.9. I wanted to do a little bit more in here, though I am on day 42, 41, 42, something like that. So I think I've gone far enough along that I would feel comfortable with starting over. But at the same time, I kind of want to get the robot waifu, the Kerfer Omega, before switching over, just as an accomplishment, before switching over to the new update. But yeah, from what I've caught, it does seem a little buggy. A little buggy. How do you feel about all the extra busy work? All the little bitty, the new microtask busy work stuff. Yay or nay? Honest opinions here. Yay or nay? Oh, that is a very red something. Very red dwarf, if you will. Yay? Okay. The general consensus that I think I've collated from who I follow. What is going on over there? Oh, schnapples. Oh, no. Well, folks, we're going to be here a while longer. That you should feel overworked. Okay. Yeah, I think there's blue. Oh, wait. One of those is the drone and one of those is the Kerfer. What is... Okay, it might just be a transformer. It is probably just a transformer. Okay, we do not have enough sleepies, though. Let's go fix some of that. The machine's not going to work. Shoot. Yes, so I do like some of those features. That, yes, you should be kind of overworked because you're doing the work of a dozen people, right? But me personally, oh boy, I don't know if I want to do that much busy work. So yes, I also think that from what I've seen, it does fit. But at the same time, I personally don't want to do all of that busy work. No power. No power, no coffee. Shoot. Okay, so it doesn't take that much extra work. It's just a bit of extra. Extra. Okay. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. We need to go this way. Probably should have also hopped on the ATV. This way. Okay, we're going to be outrunning the sleep demon. Yay! Less work in terms of cleaning. Yeah, so what I found, what I read from a few people is they're like, you know, if you're feeling overwhelmed, just turn the length of day to stretch out the day. It's like, oh, okay. But yeah, I think I'll probably hit it up after the next patch or whatever. It evens out. Uh Sleep demon? No? Okay. No sleep demon yet. We got a little bit of time. A little bit of time before sleep demon starts catching us. Hopefully, maybe. Hopefully, maybe. Ooh, look at those power lines go. Yeah, all the busy work mini games. I don't know. But yeah, if it evens out, it evens out. So that's cool. I assume as more playtesting and adjustments come along, all the bugs get worked out, a couple of ankles get broken by, you know, improperly walking off of a rock, piece of gravel, even. Yeah, I do intend to continue playing this game. My second playthrough. Oh no, I'll have to take off the first my first playthrough tag. Man. But no, looking forward to it for sure. Looking forward to it for sure. And achoo. What happened? Oh, was that a weird event that I suddenly appeared back in my base? Oh, how curious. How curious. How did that happen? That must be a very odd something. Yes. Interesting, interesting. Can we save now? Ooh, that is kind of interesting. That we cannot save. We still have some paranoia going on. Is it as simple as opening this door? Are they playing pranks on us again? Negative. Well, that is discouraging. Discouraging? I mean, at least we can make coffee for ourselves now. Coffee, 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 coffee. Okay. So. Oh. Okay, okay, okay. Are they coming this way? Yes, the answer is yes. They are indeed. They are indeed coming this way. Yep. We're not gonna have to wait too much longer. Which direction is that? That is garage door. I think the garage door would do it. Oh, I like it. Ooh. I personally like how it sounds, so I saved it as a backup. Hopefully I can export it and we can listen to it later when you get out of there. Ooh, Dr. Anna flirting with me again. Oh, Jesus. Excuse me? Caffeine? Caffeine. Caffeine. Oops. Okay, so here I thought, ragdoll, I'm thinking because I just downed a bunch of caffeine. maybe I bumped the ragdoll. Camera. You? Okay, you're discoing outside the base here. No. Thankfully, no. Yes. No? Wait, where'd they go? Did they just... fly overhead? Or is that somebody else? I couldn't tell when I was ragdolling. Oh. I wonder if they did a flyby. Because there were definitely 2 red dots. And they just went that way. And I did not see them when I went out to the transformer. Which one did I go to? I think I went to T2. Judgment Day. Ragdoll. Ragdoll's this one. That's the C button. I might have bumped it, but I don't think I did. When I first started playing and I couldn't remember how to drop things. Oh, I left my ATV outside. I couldn't remember how to drop things. The surefire way to drop things is Ragdoll. You can disable ambient music for events. Ooh. So you would know when an event is happening? Because the music would stop? That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. So I think, okay, we're day 43. I mean, knowing the slight spoiler of what I know, any day now, we should be having visitors. Which is what I assumed that was. But it turned out not to be? Oh, unless they got taken care of right away. Where's T2? Oh, unless they got taken care of right away. Yeah, I don't know the specifics, but the visitors. Yes, the visitors. Where was I before all that? What were we talking about? What were we talking about? Feeling overworked. Yes. Bringing your work home. Needing a creative output. Because I personally need a creative output. I think, you know what? I'm going to rewatch this VOD, which I do skim my VODs before I upload them. It's a good way of remembering stuff. It's not a vlog, depending on how much I yap, I suppose it could be, but good way to keep track of stuff. And be reminded of stuff. I guess that's why people keep diaries and vlogs and whatnot. Ooh, this one sounds nice. But yeah, no, I'm gonna think some more about that that whole creative discussion. Who knows? Maybe I'll just chop down that section of the VOD for the stream, condense it a bit, and make it a little video talking about creativity and the need to create. I definitely have that need to create, and I get sad if I don't. So yeah, welcome in, Game Maker. Welcome in. Saw you right before you hit the redeem for it, but thank you. Funny thing about redeems. Oh, why did I got this one sitting here? Funny thing about redeems and stuff. They let Twitch know that you're actually watching. Hi guys. Just like they're watching. They're watching too. But yeah, apparently Twitch has been having taking issue with lurkers. People who don't actively chit chat and whatnot. They don't tend to count them as full viewers. Now the numbers don't matter as much for me because I'm not like making a living being a partner and full-time streamer or anything like that. But it does matter. It does matter in the long run that it's like, hey, just because I'm not actively chatting does not mean I'm not participating. Well, you aren't participating. I'm not part of the audience, you know? It's like, I'm enjoying this. Don't not count me. You're half a viewer. uh, yeah, I mean, like, honestly, I frequently just listen to streams as kind of like a podcast replacement. You know, if someone's got a good chat going on, good yap. Yeah, I'm there for the stories. I'm there for it. I'm definitely enjoying all of that. Just because I'm not hitting the redeems or typing in chat doesn't mean I'm not actively enjoying the stream. So it's, yeah, it's like, come on. Just, yeah. If I didn't have Turbo, I would be forced to watch the ads and listen to those anyways, because I'm listening to the streamer. So why wouldn't I be listening to the ads that pop up, you know? Yeah. Stuff. So hopefully they take a good look at how that all has been going on the not counting people, or allegedly not counting lurkers, or weighing lurkers the same as active chat participants. But, you know, hopefully changes are made in a positive direction. Yeah. Oh, gotta turn these lights back on. But yes. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? Oh, let's have a little stretch here. Lurkers make up a lot of viewership, so not great on them doing that. Yeah, and of course, they really can't. Like a lot of analytics, they cannot, or should not, I should say, they should not release the formula, you know, for how they weigh things, because then, I mean, you would think, oh, if they release the metrics and the formulas on how they calculate and weigh things, you think that'd be good for transparency. No. I mean, it'd be good for transparency, but it'd be bad for those who are actually trying to game the system. They would then have the tools to further game the system, which would be not great. You know? So I fully understand. It'd be like saying, "Oh yeah, we patched up these security holes." No, wait, it'd be like, "Here, we're going to patch these security holes. We're calling out the security holes before it's patched." You know, it'd be like that. That'd be it. I think that's a good analogy. Lurkers make up a lot of viewership. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, like hop in a successful or popular streamer, and you see that they have, okay, maybe I'm skewed by VTubers and not popular streamers, but they say they have 1 or 2 thousand viewers. You know, the little counter beneath the stream says, you know, 2K. Are there 2,000 people chatting? Hell no. Hell no. Even if it's, at least not on Twitch. I know YouTube works differently, but we're talking Twitch here because I don't know anything about YouTube. As demonstrated by my success there. Hey. So, but yeah, you've got, you know, how many people are actively chatting within that 2,000? And it'll vary by the type of streamer they are, you know? So it's not gonna be the same across the board. You know, maybe you have a very enthusiastic, chatty base, whether they're chatting with you or you, the streamer, or each other. You know, there's nothing wrong with any of these variances. So how do you do a one size fits all? You don't. You absolutely don't. You know, and some people are invested in chat also, you know, the streamer and chat, but they don't interact. You know, so do you weigh small streamers different than large streamers? Just because, what if you have a super active small streamer, somebody with 50 viewers, and you've got 45 people actively chatting? Are they more successful than a 1,000 streamer, 1,000 viewer count with 45 people chatting? I mean, from an ad perspective, the larger streamer is going to be better because you're going to be hitting more people anyways. Because I'm sure click-through rates, like anything, are terrible. Just like any advertising. You will never have 100% of the people buying that product or clicking that ad or whatever. Yeah. But Varen, like if you don't count all those people in ad revenue, they get paid less. Sounds like a great plan. They're not counting them, period, let alone in ad revenue. So you might have, this is allegedly, this is what I've gleaned from hearsay, is that they're just not counting the viewers if they're not interacting. And this is after weeding out bots, which bots are an issue, yes. Yeah. But yeah, no, interaction is an interesting thing. Do you converse with chat? I should say, is chat there to converse with you? Like converse with you, to comment on what you're doing, to talk with each other, or to just chillax? There's all sorts of different ways to consume media, let alone something as specific as a live stream. Very interesting. Like one of the reasons I don't do or I don't plan on doing too many workshop streams for, like, especially for my other hobbies, is because I would not be able to interact as often. So it'd be more like a co-working stream instead of this. So it's, I don't know. For me, it wouldn't work. For me as the streamer doing that kind of a stream, I don't think it worked. I kind of experimented with it in the past, and yeah, especially from a safety standpoint, because I do like workshop stuff, like dangerous power tools. I don't want to be using a saw and then glance over at chat when an alert goes off. I like my fingers. It'd make for great content, I'm sure. Throw some sensor mosaic on the ketchup everywhere, but I don't think it would be too good in the long run. Probably. Skill issue, yes. Skill saw issue, more like it though. There's ways around it. Yeah, power tool joke. There are ways around it, like having TTS. Whether that TTS is shared with, the stream or just to the streamer. So in other words, chat would be read, chat would be audible, and then you can interact with it more without having to glance over. That is a definite solution for that. So there's ways around it. It'd be something to think about. I was originally going to be a maker, content creator, streamer, but I ran out of time for that hobby, so I switched to this instead. Plus, yeah, again, streaming that activity was going to be tricky. Now, creating videos or Instagram is a different story, a completely different story, because that is edited content. That is edited content that is not live. That can be done in my free time. Oh, hey, hammer. You could probably hammer some oranges. Do, 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 do. Click, click, click. More orange slices. I should plant some of the other trees. I do not even remember what all the other trees are. I think there's lemons and maybe mangoes. You grow mangoes in Sweden? Switzerland? I'm so bad about remembering which country we are in. Empty shrimp pack. Yeah, those jerks stole all my shrimps out of my freezer. Look at that. Look at that. They ate them raw. They ate them raw after they stole them out of my freezer. Jerks. Come on. Are we full? Yeah, we're pretty full. Darn. You know what though? I think, especially since it's, oh, we can't stream too much longer or the 4-hour demon will come and get us. 4-hour demon will come and get us. Apparently in this game, if you stream, I mean, if you play it for a certain amount of time. Ooh, that garbage can is significantly larger. If you play for a certain amount of time, you have a chance to spawn a demon that tells you basically go touch grass. They like them raw. Apparently. What makes me sad though, they took back their big blue one. They took back the big blue shrimp they left me. It makes me very sad. But yes, the go touch grass demon. Yep. Oops. Let's see. E. Oh, no, not you. E. Shift. Push. Oh, shift. E. Push. There we go. Shift. E. Push. Get over there. Get over there. Thank you. I need a little bit more room here. So when I fall out of my bed from a nightmare, I have room to flop about. But on that note, I think this has been an awesome stream. I really do. I really do. I want to thank everybody who stopped by. We saved. Did we save? Yes, we saved. Bam. Let's go to the main menu. Getting back to earlier chat. Yes, Carter. Many times when too burned out, wore out, mentally exhausted to talk even when you want to, but watching streamers I enjoy can help me relax. I like Wednesday, for instance. I wanted to stream. Not only did I want to play this game, but I wanted to stream playing this game. And it's just too wore out from lack of sleep due to small children's. And yeah, so I knew I shouldn't, because it wouldn't be a good experience for anybody. I do keep that in the back of my mind a little bit. It just wouldn't have been a good stream, let alone to watch or to stream it, you know, like my part of it. So I kind of made that call. It's like, no, we're gonna catch up on some sleep. Gonna catch up on some sleep for sure. And I did. It was good to take the night off, even though all I did was I cleaned up my workshop a little bit, got some chores done around the house, and that was my Wednesday night. It was not exciting. But yeah, with the wee little robots, sleep is at a premium. Exactly. It's been tough. It's been a little tough lately. Keeps going back and forth on whether they want to sleep through the night or not. So there's that. But looking forward to the future. Looking forward to the future for all sorts of reasons. And looking forward to getting more time in my workshop. Eventually introducing the little ones to the workshop, doing that kind of stuff. So that'll be fun. But where was I going with that? Where was I going with that? Yeah, just chilling. Enjoy just chilling, whether I'm watching a stream, a content creator. Honestly, not as much TV anymore. I don't know why. I haven't really. Maybe I just need to find the right show. Less efficient battery. Yes. Let them sleep more. Okay, let's see. Who do we got online? Who do we got online to go hang out with BattleBots? You mean set them up against each other? Oh, BattleBots is a TV show. Perhaps. Is BattleBots back? Or would I be catching reruns? Oh, it is. That's interesting. Oh no. I gotta choose between friends here. We're gonna pick one at random. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Bam. We're gonna go read Fruitsy Collins. It looks like they, along with a couple other fine online friends here, are playing some cooperative Minecraft. And I picked at random. So we're gonna go say hi to Fruitsy Collins, drop in for a raid. Got the dinosaurs. Oops, that's all caps. We're not gonna shout at Fruitsy. Rusty voided raid. Rusty's. There we go. Rusty's voided raid. We're gonna use that as the. That has multiple meanings. I love it. I don't have enough brain power to consciously come up with that. That's intriguing. All right. And if you have some subscriber emotes, we can do that way. Yes, Rusty's voided raid. It works. It works on multiple levels. I love it. All right, let's go say hi to Fruitsy Collins. They do fun VTuber environment interactive stuff. Currently, they are playing Minecraft along with a few other fine folks, looks like Silime and Dead Some Prime, and maybe some other folks too. So let's go say hi.